We're often told that democracy is the fairest system humans ever created. One person, one vote, the voice of the people, the ultimate defense against tyranny. And in theory, that sounds perfect. But what if I told you that somewhere along the way, democracy stopped being just a political system and turned into something else entirely? A business? Not metaphorically, literally. With customers, marketing teams, ad budgets, revenue goals, and shareholders. The only problem? You're not one of the shareholders, you're the product. Your attention, your fears, your hopes, even your ideals, they're all being monetized. And if democracy is a business, someone is definitely making money from it. Spoiler alert, it's probably not you. The idea of democracy is ancient, but the industry around it is modern. In ancient Athens, democracy was raw and direct. Citizens, meaning adult men with property, would gather and vote on laws themselves. No campaign ads, no consultants, no tailored suits, just people arguing in public. It was messy, but it was real. As societies grew, democracy had to change. Direct voting became impossible, so we moved to representation. And that's when the marketplace of influence was born. Just like any market, the people with the most money started getting the best spots on the shelf. By the 1800s, elections already cost money. Printing pamphlets, organizing rallies, paying newspapers for endorsements, none of it was cheap. But the real turning point came in the 20th century when mass media entered the picture. Radio, then television. Suddenly, politics wasn't just about ideas. It was about image, about charisma, about who looked better on screen. The 1960 Kennedy-Nixon debate changed everything. People who listened on the radio thought Nixon won. People who watched on TV thought Kennedy destroyed him. From that moment on, politicians understood something powerful. Looks sell. Optics matter. Politics started borrowing directly from advertising. Campaign spending exploded. In 1960, the U.S. election cost about $8 million. By 2020, over $14 billion. That money wasn't spent on democracy, it was spent on selling a product. The product? A candidate. The customers, voters, the shareholders, donors, corporations, interest groups. And this isn't just an American story. Around the world, democracy runs on the same business logic. In the UK, modern campaigns were shaped during the Thatcher years, using corporate marketing strategies. In India, political parties hired data firms to micro-target voters just like online stores target customers. In Brazil, WhatsApp group chats have become political battlegrounds, with campaigns planting messages to make them go viral. Different tools, same strategy. Win votes by buying attention. And here's where it gets really profitable. Unlike regular businesses, political campaigns don't sell once. They sell every election cycle. Every few years, there's a new launch, new slogans, new villains, new promises. It's like fast fashion. Same fabric, different label. Who benefits? Consultants, media companies, ad agencies, polling firms, big tech platforms. Elections are their peak sales season. Money fuels everything. On paper, your vote equals a billionaire's vote. In reality, money buys the microphone. Lobbyists are the purest form of this system. They connect the people with money to the people with power. In the US, lobbying is a $4 billion industry. That's more than the GDP of some countries. All spent to shape laws that affect hundreds of millions of people. In many places, the line between lobbying and bribery is basically a legal technicality. Even the language of politics has changed. Parties talk about branding, campaigns track conversion rates, policies get tested not just for impact, but for popularity. Should we fix healthcare now or later? Not based on need. Based on polling, public will become a curated product. And when democracy becomes a business, economic policy serves investors. If banks fund your campaign, strict regulations disappear. If energy companies donate, climate action slows down. These aren't ideological battles, they're business decisions. Ironically, this business model makes democracy both stronger and weaker. Stronger because as long as money flows, elections keep happening. Weaker because profit doesn't require trust. In fact, anger sells better. Outrage drives engagement. Fear spreads faster than hope. Scandals get more clicks than solutions. And social media made it worse. Before, campaigns broadcasted one message to millions. Now, they send millions of personalized messages, each tailored to your fears, your beliefs, your biases. Platforms don't just host political content, they profit from it. Democracy and the attention economy merged. That's why trust in democracy is collapsing. Not by accident. It's the result of treating politics like a profit machine. Just like big corporations, political elites enjoy brand recognition and huge budgets. New movements struggle to compete. And when one breaks through, it gets crushed, absorbed, or neutralized. Here's the real irony. The shareholders of democracy don't even need real democracy. They just need something that looks like it. Enough to keep people participating. If turnout drops, the branding changes. Modernization, efficiency, streamlining. Nice words that can mean less oversight and fewer choices. As long as profits continue, the system survives, even if the promise dies. And this matters to you. Because in this business, you're both customer and raw material. Your data, your attention, your vote. That's the fuel. The most dangerous thing you can do is think you're just watching. In any market, informed customers get better deals. The same applies here. Financial education isn't just about saving money. It's about understanding the systems that shape your life, including politics. Your vote isn't just civic duty, it's a transaction. So make it count. History shows us what happens when governments serve power instead of people. Sometimes it fades slowly, sometimes it collapses violently. From ancient Rome to Weimar Germany, the pattern repeats. When power becomes more profitable than service, someone pays the price, and it's never the shareholders, it's the customers. So next time someone says democracy is in crisis, ask the real question. Is the business of democracy still profitable? Because that answer tells you more about your future than any campaign promise ever will. If this gave you a new perspective, hit subscribe. History has the answers. I'll show you where to look.